Mr. Sandman, we got the good refill and short delay, with solid execution. And Macho, literally the best luck at every random event. Finally, at the end of all that, Mike Tyson could have done the 8-second delay to kill it, but he didn't. He too gave me good luck. Virtually every fight gave me perfect or near perfect luck. The result was this super statistically improbable world record. In just 1 year, thanks to a combined effort from Sinister, Zallard, and myself, the world record had gone from 16:25 to 15:12. I was now 42 seconds ahead of second place. There was nothing more for me to do. I wasn't beating this record. So, I moved on. As the months passed in 2017, more players got sub-16s, but nobody was really approaching the 15-12. Meanwhile, I was busy working on the Mike Tyson individual fight record. I ended up getting it and lowering it a few times, but it also had a side effect of building my overall Tyson consistency. I had always been able to get low times, but now I was starting to see them a bit more regularly. More like 10% of the time rather than 5%. It made me look at my 227 from the world record a bit differently. It wasn't bad by any means, but I was starting to see a realistic 10 to 15 seconds to save there. And if I could save that much time in one fight, maybe the 15-12 wasn't so unbeatable. By 2018, I hadn't grinded single segment in a year and a half, but the possible Tyson time save was enough to intrigue me. So, I got back to doing attempts. If there was any hope of beating the 15-12, I had to get a crazy Tyson fight. There is no way I was going to get out ahead of these splits. I know I've said that before about earlier runs, but for real this time, I had no chance of being ahead after the first 13. It may have been only about a 10% chance on Tyson, but it was the only way this was going to happen. I began doing runs and immediately it was rough. The worst offender was Dawn 2. That fight was pretty much a guaranteed 15-second time loss. And on the rare exceptions that he gave something passable, someone else always stepped up to kill it. This continued for months, and typically the culprit was Dawn 2. But one good sign was that my Tyson game had definitely improved. And even if they weren't records, I was getting some really fast runs.
What a run, oh my god, 15-17.
The real test was going to be fighting Tyson when the record was within reach. And thanks to Dawn 2 and the rest, that was never happening. Hippo killed most runs, Soda took care of some, and Dawn 2 was the insurance. But finally, on April 7th, I managed to only lose 13 seconds to Dawn 2 on a run tied with the record. That was actually a pretty good fight. And after I matched my Sandman and Macho splits, my deficit was only 12.5 seconds going into Tyson. Believe it or not, this was my second best pace ever other than the 15-12, and I still needed a 2:14. But luck and execution were both on my side.
Yes! I just beat the Mike Tyson's Punch-Out world record. I don't believe it. We did it, man.
I was not expecting to beat the 15-12. That was the power of a good Tyson fight. This run still had great luck from start to finish. In fact, it was virtually identical, except it didn't get the godlike Dawn 2. But since it's a 1 in 50 pattern, I couldn't be too disappointed. After nearly 1,000 attempts over a few months, and run after run dying to luck, I finally had a new world record to show for it. For months after this, I continued trying to lower the time. I had 3 runs make it to Tyson ahead of the 15-10. On the first 2, I got the 8-second delay to kill it. And on the third one, I got the luck, but my execution wasn't there.
I hate...
As I've said before, getting it all to line up is nearly impossible. I could get a good Tyson fight, but having to do it on a pace that you might not see again for months it becomes so much harder. I was happy with my 15-10 and had a comfortable lead, so I stepped aside once more and stopped running the game. However, my break would come to a sudden end the following year, when completely out of nowhere, Punch-Out's greatest discovery ever was made. King Hippo had been the bane of our existence for years. He was about to be made completely irrelevant. This is the Hippo Manippo. Punch-Out is super random, and naturally players had long wondered if you could somehow control the RNG, but it seemed unlikely. The game looks at two memory addresses to determine each random event. One tracks frames elapsed since power on, and one tracks all inputs since power on. There was no way humans could control that. But in 2019, the game's 5th place runner, Lukendor158, and his brother, ZoxSox, began looking into it more. They took a look at the first mouth open on King Hippo, which is controlled by RNG. They found that Punch-Out actually has a frame rule system, just like Super Mario Bros. Rather than 21 frames, it's an 8-frame system. So, as long as you push start within an 8-frame window, you'll arrive at the first open on the same frame every time. That solves one memory address. But what about the one tracking all your inputs? Well, every frame a button is pressed, it adds a corresponding value to the memory, which is stored in binary. However, Hippo's first open is strictly determined by the 2 rightmost bits, which are in turn determined by how many frames you've pressed right or down. So, if you don't press down or right at all until King Hippo, you can control what the memory value is. By then pressing start in the corresponding 8-frame window, you'll arrive on the correct frame with the correct memory address, and King Hippo will always open his mouth. The Hippo Manippo was born. Later, Lukendor and ZoxSox were able to extrapolate this to Hippo's 3rd and 4th punches as long as you cancel the 2nd one. When the dust settled, King Hippo had become a non-random fight. You had to start a timer upon powering up the game, then press start in an 8-frame window, then carefully fight him to get the 2nd and 3rd opens. It was a difficult strategy, but if done correctly, you would always get either a 40 or 41 on King Hippo. It probably goes without saying, but this was enormous. We used to reset 80% of our runs to Hippo. Now, we'd make it past him 80% of the time, and always with a fast fight. We'd now have so many more chances at Soda, Dawn 2, and the rest. The world record was already down to 15-10, but with the Hippo Manippo, a sub 15 was starting to seem realistic. Just a few years ago, sub 16 was thought to be the ultimate barrier for Punch-Out. Now, 14-5x was the endgame. Around this time, I enlisted the help of one of my viewers, I Am the Dinosaur. He built an archive into my split spreadsheet, so I could keep track of every split of every run that I performed. This was great data to figure out my average fight times, my consistency on certain fights, and my overall luck. Dinosaur also helped me with something else. We plotted all my runs, comparing their paces and seeing how far they made it. Before the Hippo Manippo, few runs made it past the early game, but with RNG manipulation in effect, it was a different story. For the first few weeks, I had many runs go deep, but none faster than the 15-10. Let's take a look at this run on July 22nd. We were off to a great start. Thanks to the Hippo Manippo and a small strategy change on Honda 2, I had a 4-second lead going into Soda. You can see that this is one of my fastest paces ever. And right on cue, Soda threw a hook. It hurt, but a world record was still within reach. But after Dawn 2 gave me a 139, and Sandman and Macho didn't help much, my chance was all but over. Not only did I need a perfect Tyson, I needed a fast perfect fight. Oh my god, so fast. It's basically dead. I mean, I would need something amazing. Oh my god! Oh my god! Somehow, some way, it was a new world record. This was a very unorthodox way of getting there, but in the end I had brought it back. It was a small improvement and wasn't what I was ultimately looking for, but it showed the power of Hippo Manippo. It took just a couple of weeks to set a new record. Still, I wanted to go faster. I continued for a few weeks, and then on August 6th, I managed to get a 49 on Soda in a run. 3 instant uppercuts. It turned a mediocre pace into a great one. Heading into Dawn 2, I was praying I'd at least get something. And I did. 2 stars plus the mid refill. I was starting to break new ground with this pace. My fastest run ever. The next step was to make it past Sandman. Uh-oh. This was getting ridiculous. I had to hold it together. Next up, Super Macho Man. Well, that's gonna hurt. I don't really know where his guard is here. I made like a 2-second mistake there. Maybe 1 second mistake. The rest of that was on Macho. Back to reality. But I still had a chance on Tyson if I could get a really good fight. Games fell. Sorry, that was so loud. I hit my console hard and all the games on top fell off. Run over. I hit my punches and got the 8-second delay. It seemed like a crazy pace, but it was just a tease. The game took it away in an instant. Nothing I could do about it. But thankfully, the very next day, I'd get another chance. Let's go. He coughed up another good fight. 124 this time. I had to preserve an 18-second lead with 3 fights to go. Mr. Sandman gave the good refill, but he also gave the long delay, meaning I broke even. Macho gave me kind of sketchy luck, but it was still good enough for a sub 1 minute fight. I was able to take a 13-second lead into Mike Tyson. This was my best pace ever since the 15-12. I was still 4 seconds behind that run, but I had the chance for a massive record. If I could avoid the 8-second delay and hit all my punches, then sub 15 was on the table here. I had to calm my nerves down and try to handle the frame perfects. My heart rate's not even that high, man. I'm just shaking. Alright, do my best. Wow, that pattern. That was a phase 3 uppercut pattern. It's too fast, man. I can't do the buffer. Flat. Oh my god. Oh my god. So close. Half a second from sub 15. This was an awesome record. Nearly a 10-second improvement. I missed just 1 punch on Tyson. Overall, I was happy with my execution under pressure. Especially because of Dawn 2, this would be a tough run to top. However, thanks to the Hippo Manippo, I wasn't the only one going for the record.
Yes, alright. That's a sick PB right there. What is that? 15-16. Let's go, dude. Let's go.
Zallard was back, and now that he had the Hippo Manippo, he was able to demolish his PB. With just one run, he cut my lead in half, and he was a serious record contender. Zallard's 15-16 didn't get the crazy Dawn 2 luck that I had, and his Tyson pattern was slower, but other than that, we had very similar runs. He was also able to take advantage of a new strategy I recently discovered on Soda. By taking an intentional knockdown, he always does an instant uppercut when you get up. So, I was able to route a strategy where you take damage at specific moments, and essentially get a guaranteed phase where Soda doesn't hook. It helped make the fight just a bit more consistent. With Zallard right on my tail and a new Soda strategy to help, I pushed onward for the sub 15. A couple weeks later, I had one with potential. It was one of my fastest runs ever into Dawn 2. I had a 4-second lead. Unfortunately, Don wasn't playing nice, and he gave me a 140, pushing me well behind the record. But after a good Sandman and Macho, there was still a chance.
Wow. Okay. Jeez. What?
I needed a 207 to get the sub 15. A really good fight, but I had done it before. And it got off to a good start. A perfect phase 1 and phase 2. It was crunch time. If I could now hit all 8 hooks, then this would be the sub 15.
Ahorita abajo.
Couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. I can't just get a perfect Tyson fight every single time, man. I can't do it.
Hitting 22 frame perfects under world record pressure is not easy. I was 3 hooks away and couldn't quite hold it together. The next several weeks were awful. Dawn 2 was destroying everything in sight. I'd enter him with a lead and the run would be dead moments later every time. He was never giving me stars and always giving bad refills. This continued for a couple months. And then, that October, I had a run going that looked like nothing special, but it took a sudden turn at Dawn 2.
Come on, dude.
Just like that, it was over. Tyson gave a horrible pattern and I missed too many punches. If it's not obvious yet, this fight is so brutal. The hardest
Cross toes, pull up, then goes to the
First part of the run, by far,
Ah.
right at the very end.
Oh, chucha madre.
I kept going. I had less time to play in late 2019, and a few months passed without anything significant.
What the?
However, in February 2020, we had a serious development.
3, 2, 1, go!
I'd gotten a 128 on 2 after already being in a run. And after a perfect Sandman, I found myself 7 seconds ahead. It was my best pace ever to this point. 2 fights to go. I moved on to Macho. The fight started as normal, and I was able to successfully sneak in 2 punches after his first uppercut, although I didn't get a random star. The most important part now, I needed to get the good pattern. And I did. That meant a 28-second knockdown with 1 star in the third. In phase 2, I was hoping he'd stand still so I could get stars, since I didn't get the random one earlier. But he backed up. So, instead of hitting him with an uppercut after his spins, I had to do something a bit slower. Phase 3 was now the inverse. I wanted him to back up right away since I had loaded up on stars. But he just stood still. 2 more seconds down the drain. In the end, I got a 57-second fight. Not great, but it was far from a bad time. And it all added up to a 12-40 going into Mike Tyson. This was the first time I had a lead over my 15-12 this late in the run. It was by far my best shot ever at the sub-15. Tyson started, and almost right away, I missed the frame perfect. That was okay as long as I didn't miss any more. For the rest of phase 1, I was able to hold it together and avoid the 8-second delay. A 56 phase 1. Very good start. However, in phase 2, he started delaying everywhere. It messed with my timing, but I managed to still hit my punches and knock him down at 132. I'd made it. Phase 3 on sub-15 pace. Sinister had set the first sub-17. Zallard had set the first sub-16. Now, I had set the first sub-15. It was my best chance
Ah,
ever
¿por qué
to
estoy
get it.
viendo videos
I was
de dónde
super
está?
happy I clutched out Titan.
Down one there. Back into the stock.
Pa, ¿cómo? Ilumino sin...
Oh my, what?
sin
What? How do we both live?
Oh my goodness, so far off stage, but Diddy able to make it back. And one thing I want to say, I'm glad we're seeing this rivalry continue on the winner's side. That's a throwback. Now that's a throwback.
Tell him, Chuck. Tell him, Chuck.
Chuck said it is time, baby. We need all the big hitters right now. They are not disappointing. Trying to get this first stock off. Nice monkey flip coming through. Gonna hold this edge a little bit. With the help of that banana tweak. Absolutely exploding. Trying to catch Leo coming out of that shield. High, but Leo staying disciplined.
Didn't get the slip though. You're still in the air.
But Leo actually throwing that too. And Gavin, a.k.a. Tweak, gonna come out on top of that interaction.
The crowd erupting here for Tweak. Of course, the hometown hero, the defending champion, Tri-State's last hope. The dragged out, not going to connect. The forward smash whips as well.
This is actually kind of crazy right now. Okay, Leo, oh no, nothing going the way of Leo right now. Tweak getting a lot of second chances, trying not to put it. Oh,
Dale,
back
Tweak,
air, it's
mierda.
not enough.
not quite.
No, Leo. Dale, Leo, conchito madre. Dale, Leo.
The back air is going to be enough. The stock counts 2-2.
It's a good stock for Tweak, though. 170 on Diddy against Joker. Living very well. Of course, you got to watch out for MK Leo off stage, dude. He's been so good with gun all day, too. I got to say, we're going to see how that comes into play, especially off stage against Diddy. Off stage, nice, dude. He is not afraid to counter today, too. I love it, man.
That's very smart. He knows that win condition arson, trying to get it pumped up by any means possible, especially against Tweak. Take control of the banana. Let's see what we got. Pressure coming out. But Tweak fighting his way out.
No, eso era voz,
Dude,
man.
he got the back air on the other side. That
Eso era
was a
voz,
true
man.
hit for him on the get up. That was beautiful by Leo. God golly.
He's making the most out of that, and gets another counter out of it. Why not?
And I love that Leo just feels confident with the Joker, right? On paper, this matchup is great for Diddy, but I love that all these players just going with their comfort picks. It's so sick to watch.
Bro, you just listen to Chad. Chad always be like, go Joker every time Leo doesn't send Joker. Well, you know what? He is right now. It's working out well. I think he's been talking to his friend Meister, too. The master is shutting down offenses. Dude, just counter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look at the master, you bro. Hit that counter button. Let's see it.
That's what you gotta do. Such an even matchup in this first game. Now the double head. Who's gonna get this next stop though?
Oh, great DI on that third down till there. Leo being too far to convert into that up smash. Down good, not gonna connect with the get up attack, defusing some of this pressure off the ledge.
Huge situation here. Arsene against Banana Peel. Wild. Billy turn around though. Look how much meter that ate up, by the way. Good little chunk of it. Good 10% or so. Get some time damage, man. Get rid of that blue meter. So important.
Tweak taking his time here, goes for the monkey flip, doesn't connect, but no whip punish. Leo just dancing around this shield.
Leo wants Tweak to pick a really bad option, just trying to get out of the game, but he is not giving it up. Both these guys being so disciplined at the moment. This second stop, good lord, going the distance, guys.
Tweak did such an amazing job avoiding that Arsene, I gotta say, because now Leo's got to work a little bit harder here. Probably another good hit or two. When before we just confirmed with the forward air, not enough. I gotta give it up to Leo too. Living for sure. The average percentage of survival here is like 150 between these two players in game one.
Crazy too, man, because these guys are such a high percentage, they remain committed to scrapping, and the crowd again showing their support of Tweak. The chance filling the arena right now. And maybe for good reason.
Nah, he didn't commit to the other down there. I like it because look, we're gonna get stay safe, stay disciplined. But now we're gonna have Arsene coming out actually very early here at 43. There it is. Huge situation here, guys. We know how pivotal game one is.
This is tremendous at the moment. Tweak playing fearless even in the face of Arsene. He's taking control of the banana though.
Oh God, oh God!
And I'll give it up, Leo's item control has gotten a lot better over the years, especially with all these item characters being so popular. Rob, Diddy, Peach, really defined in this meta.
Wow.
Man, that was
Amo eso, hijo de el doble de ataque.
Feel it in the building. Jay Hughes is feeling that one.
I'm saying.
And wait till Arsene comes out, the base gets pumped up to the max.
Especially probably the final Arsene if he's able to get to it.
No, fuck.
Doing everything he can to activate Tweak, put some distance between the two. Nobody falling apart just yet again. As evenly matched as you could. 1-point game number one, Leo.
This is what you want to see at Let's Make Big Moves. Oh! He got aggressive in that position, but Leo's going to be able to recover using the guns a little bit, getting a little distance down tilt warrior. I was going to say, it's stale. I was nervous for sure. Tweak closed it out though. I think he decided, you want some water, Lane?
Ya llegó la hora de jugar. Bueno, fue un chico mío, así que si me disculpan, lo voy a tratar con ustedes. No, mentira. Creo que en el Leo contra mis fuerzas. Pero sí, no es más complicado, tiene que vincular muy bien Leo. Demasiado bien. A menos de que quieran ir a un Game 4 y ya. Game 4 tal vez no existe Game 4 Leo hace mucho tiempo. Con Perú no sé qué tanto de late puede tener. Está medio sucio. Tengo que ver para eso. Botella. Yo que sé. Ni Yoshi, ni Small. Tienen que cambiar la vibe, yo creo. O tienen que seguir empujando con el objetivo. Ahí vamos. Fuck. Sería comida. Oh, it's fine. Okay. Okay. Entonces por mi farmea básicamente. What is this? Nada, güey. Follow Bastion, please. Please. No está Sakura ahí. Con top 16 si quieren. Puta madre. Que maldición, lo siento Chayanne, o que será. Primero que nada, hay gente con los Tekken, también me he olvidado, pero gente del Tekken no me odia. No sé si alguien se metió el Tekken viejo, gracias por recordarme. No, no hay en Tekken, ni modo. Ni siquiera vino nadie en Tekken, che, ya no te preocupes. Mi Pokémon, mi Yoshi. Lo que sea. Final. Oh, Game for Leo. Game for Leo. Oh, Game for Leo. Game for Leo. me importa la música, voy a poner eso de fondo.
This is a big deal for
Game for Leo.
Leo
Game for Leo,
really just
conchita
putting the
madre.
screws to Tweak again. It's the comfort that I'm noticing from Leo. That is the change in everything. Playing so well with the items, the control right now, the combos as well. One hit
Game
just
for
taking
Leo.
him so far, but
Game
Tweak
for
still
Leo,
plenty of
putas.
fire left,
Game
plenty of
acaba
fight
de
as
volver.
well.
Que Leo acaba de volver,
Trying to stare down
cabrones.
this Arsene.
I gotta say too, the air-to-air trades for Leo have been so good. Mostly neutral air, honestly, just shutting down a lot of good pressure that Tweak used.
No.
Right now, we got some new music.
3, 2, 1, go! My path is clear.
Le ganó Tweak con eso, ¿verdad? No, fuck. Buena. No, no sé. Nada más para 2 semanitas.
Tongue tied when the truth is an object. What's the pros and the cons of this next check?
nobody round, I was independent. In a 97 bomb with the windows tinted. Heard a bomb got a strap in the potty. Who the fuck like this in a party? Beat him up, beat him up, beat him up, beat him up. I was seeing double in the projects, mad at myself, learned to put it to the side. Mama had to cater for the coupe that we rode.
Puta madre.
This man won doubles, made top 8 in Nick, and he might win the whole damn thing right now. But somebody stands in his way, and right now, that is his opponent, the lone Dominican representative in this top 8. Give it up for LG Sonic! All right, that's the last you'll hear from me up on the stage. Enjoy the show.
All right, all right, all right. We are back at it again. Thank you, Haz, for joining us, man. Had to catch his train back to Connecticut. He's a real adult with real responsibility. So that's why you got us two jackasses up here. And we are very excited for the next winter semis. Gonna be crazy. Sonics and SkyJ. This is gonna be a lot of fun because obviously the record very skewed in Sonics' favor, right?
Right.
But SkyJ is just one of those guys. Like he plays that mid-tier hero you can't ever discount. And he's such a fan favorite, and he feeds off of that energy as well, too. I think that's going to be really helpful in overcoming what's going to be probably his most difficult matchup of the tournament thus far.
Right, and I mean, Incineroar known for the lack of mobility, and well, Sonic known for, well, spin dash and the crazy amount of mobility, maybe some of the best mobility in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That's why this matchup can be tough. But if Incineroar snatches you, if he instills the fear, if he gets the reads, you might see him in top 8 here at a super major LMBM here 2024. What a top 8, man.
Hey, I got to give SkyJ a lot of credit, too, man. The last time I saw SkyJ play before this tournament, he was getting washed in some online tournament because his ass was warming up playing League of Legends at first. I said, League of Legends? How about you be the legend I know you can be with Incineroar and do some damn work? He said, you know what, EE? I will take the challenge. There his ass is right here. I tell you, I know how to motivate people. I'm going to motivate you.
Man, and I mean, you have to go through so many crazy matchups, right? I mean, SkyJ was able to take it over Sinji, and Sinji had a crazy run on the winner's side, was able to take out Webb and many other amazing players to get to this point. And I mean, how does Incineroar beat Pac-Man? Beats me, but he got the job done.
Yeah, you know what? He's just different. I mean, he really is. You know, having to go through, I mean, just having to get through. First of all, he had to beat Cola, right? Had to reverse 3-0 Cola. That was tough enough. Then, as you said, having to get through Sinji, right? Very, very talented Pac-Man. And then runs into a match that it ain't really going to get any easier with Sonic here. We know how much success Sonic has been having.
Toca a ti Tending, no tienes que estar aquí.
This guy, just like his mentality and his approach to the game, textbook 10 out of 10. This guy is a straight student of the game, and he always delivers. So I'm excited for this.
Yeah, and I mean, even Sonic, with the respect, really trying to zone in, lock in, if you will. Sonic's one of the top seeds of the tournament, along with Sparkle, easy top 2 seed. If you ever done some seeding here, and man, both these players have been really doing amazing stuff. Well, let's see, the cat versus the hedgehog.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, it might go a little bit different in nature, okay, but right here in Smash Bros, I gotta say the hedgehog has got to be favored. A quick little 42 put on, love that pair right there. Sonic's knowing how to get every little hit imaginable. Going to trade in there, right there. The pressure already going to favor of Sonic's.
Yeah, we all know that Sonic is amazing at edge guarding, but the thing about Incineroar is that there's a little caveat. So a lot of his moves have a lot of armor, but dang, I mean, when you don't even grab the ledge, I guess it's pretty easy.
Well, Charles, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a reason that cats don't have wings, okay? They are not meant to fly. And unfortunately, that recovery is a good explanation as to why.
The sour nair here. Incineroar only tapping on about 41% conversion. And Sonic's really quick. Sonic hits really, really hard as well. Here's the trade, but here's the grab. Falling right into the forward air. We'll see what this 2-frame is. Incineroar's down to one of the best 2-frame moves in the entire game. Can link to some of the most powerful aerials. It's going to be a little hard. Sonic has a lot of time to mix up with that frame.
I was going to say, man, it's all about getting him in that position where it's really viable as well, right? Okay, rolling whip, not going to be quite enough to put him away, but get him up to 95, not bad. Oh my goodness, the down tilt though, Lariat though, out of disadvantage. SkyJ knows how to swing with the best of them, but still finds himself in a very compromising position here. Let's see Sonic's able to get off that ledge. pretty seamlessly at that.
Yeah, and maybe SkyJ can go ahead and use that alone win to armor through, but you know that spin charge or spin dash can charge it for quite a long time here. So there's gonna be a lot of timing mix-ups here. Directional air dodge to ledge. No, gonna go right underneath the spring here. Try to fall down and no up smash on a shield on that dash attack.
That's actually kind of crazy. SkyJ catches the back there. Oh no! Trying his best to mix up. That's one thing that's really hard when it comes to Sonics. Like, this guy just, he knows his matchup so well. Really hard to trick him, right? Really hard to catch him off guard. Oh my God, that fair was disgusting. No fly zone for that cat.
Fuck.
Sonics is ODing right now.
Yeah, the edge guards are on point, and my big question was, is Sonic familiar on edge guarding all of these different recovery paths that Incineroar can use with the armor moves? And the answer is yes, that backdoor putting Incineroar in such a bad position. Not a lot of options here. Right now, SkyJ really trying to swing for the hills, but it's not enough. And looks like the Nair trade or some kind of aerial trade going to be in the favor of SkyJ. Maybe just completely beating him out, but nonetheless, finally able to take out one stock, but you got two more to go.
Yeah, you got a long way in this one, man. Not going to be an easy path by any means. Seen SkyJ make some miraculous comebacks in his time, but this might be asking even a little bit too much, just considering the deficit in percent and stock. And now can we get back safely? He's going to be very difficult. Sonics not going to be able to connect with that forward smash, but the follow-up's always there.
Yeah, and right there, Sonic tried to hit him with the tri-state twist, the cross-up roll into the back throw, but Sonic just, instead of going for the back throw, went ahead, charged up the spin dash, spin charge, and just confirmed it right into the Nair. Tricky, tricky stuff.
No doubt about that, man. I mean, when you got a, I think it was a 7-1 record against somebody, you pretty much know all the tricks and tips that they're going to be trying to bring to the table. And Sonic's one of the best in the business. Obviously, this 2024 year coming up, a lot of people saying this could very well be the undisputed #1 in Ultimate when it's all said and done. This is the first step to get into that path.
Oh yeah, and I mean, when you talk about the #1 and 2 player in the world, the first name you're gonna think of is Mia and Akola. Well, guess who can mop both of them in bracket and take tournaments over them? It's LG Sonics.
Let me tell you something, you lucky he ain't go to Uma Ball. That's all I'm gonna say about that. All right, matter of fact, he's so damn fast, he might zip over right now after the tournament and win that shit. Don't play around with this man.
Not the third finals.
Come on, man. Don't think he won't do it. But he's got to focus on the task at hand right here. We are removing platforms from the equation as we head to FD. Kind of a little bit of the same right now as Sonic's in firm control in these first 30 seconds or so.
Interesting counter pick coming out
Look
from
at the
SkyJ here. Sonic is pretty known for being strong on this stage, but maybe SkyJ wants to take platforms out of the equation. Sonic is known for getting so many different combo extensions. He has really optimized his character to the max. Oh, the spring back here. Oh, you're never safe. Sonic will always be there, no matter what.
That's OD, just spamming those back airs, and Sonic's at an incredibly modest 13%, barely in the double digits as SkyJ just spinning for his life in that exchange. Good lord.
Okay, trying to get the backer, but fantastic DI. Maybe a little bit too much rage here for SkyJ. Some of the situations where you don't want rage on these down low conversions. Try to go for the little win, but Sonic knows there's not. Does he know?
Yo!
Does he know? I guess he don't know.
I don't know if he knows, but he definitely felt that. Came through with the business. SkyJ, no matter the percent, no matter the disadvantage, always gonna give you his best.
Oh man,
right now he is turning FD into a ring, Charles.
Oh yeah, I mean, put the ropes up right now because, SkyJ trying to escort the Hedgehog. You're a madman.
This is that must-see kind of wrestling action, bro. I'm talking about WWE. We ain't got AEW over here right now, but we got Sonics. We got SkyJ. We got a solid out for sure.
Okay, just hopping right on over. All of these spin moves here. Not a lot of dash. I mean, we see SkyJ kind of fade back and try to fight the scenario after. But there's no double jump here.
Come on now.
Goes for the high up beat. Does connect here. Sonic's dropping up some of these edge guards.
Getting off there slowly, not trying to rush in the situation. Don't want to get, I'm gonna say, you're not trying to give him any of those openings. SkyJ's such a threat right now, and Sonic knows it.
Oh, didn't have enough space to go for that back air there. If you get the side to the back air, that surely would have been the stock. Cashing out on that, tries to catch on. And so far, this final destination pick working amazing here for SkyJ. The dash actually
wow! And you would not think it would be going the way of SkyJ, the way we're seeing it unfold right now, especially the first kind of 30 seconds of this match. Like Sonic was going to absolutely run away with it, but no. SkyJ making a stance and making an impact in game number 2. Really a lot of potential here to even the score.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a betting man, you would probably think that this is going to be 3-0 for Sonic. Easy, right? But that's, you never bet against Skyjay, I'll tell you that. One of the biggest wild cards in Ultimate history.
No doubt about that, man. Able to make some magic happen at any given moment, and at this time with the lead. It's a slight one at that, and it just got snuffed out there. We're on even stocks right now, only 13% separating these two, and it's, I was gonna say, if Sonic can get his claws on Incineroar, that's something he can make up very quickly, but do not take away from the fact that Skyjay can do some major damage as well. Be able to confirm and connect all these hits. Look at this.
77%. Surely another Alolan Whip will do it. Or down to back, and there's so much to respect to Sonic's barely getting that roll past the ledge.
No doubt about it, man. Oh, coming through nice. Sonic's okay, finding the opening. See if they take advantage a little bit, slowing the pace to a crawl. Plenty of time on the clock. A timeout nowhere
¿Cómo es, Sacho?
near at this point.
¿Qué fue?
Sonic's going to take his time trying to find that opening again. Skyjay really just has to play a really solid defense right now.
¿Qué fue, joven? Sacho, dígame por favor.
Letting kind of cheap shenanigans happen to you.
Te toca nomás ya.
The forward air, a little too far reaching upward there. That could have been a down tilt. There could have been so many different things. Skyjay gonna need another opportunity, but if Sonic's gonna give it up, that's the big question.
Sonic's looking for it. He knows Skyjay is in such a favorable position. Might be swinging a little too much. Gonna try. Get a little tricky right here again. Plenty of time on the clock to work with. You know Sonic's one thing about him, the offense is crisp, but he can slow it down to a crawl when he needs to.
The empty land, but here's the back throw. This is the scenario you don't want to be in. As Skyjay, the spring not going to two-frame. The forward air is not enough, but Skyjay has a left strap.
Skyjay.
Not able to connect. Oh my God, is that going to be enough? It is! Skyjay up air trade, tongue out. There it is, baby, there it is.
How do you do it, Skyjay? How do you do it? Sonic, one of the strongest characters in the game, one of the hardest characters to catch, and you're catching him with the slowest characters. The hands are being thrown out here.
You know you're feeling good when you emote on somebody after you get the KO.
Dang, not the emote.
Emote on him, bro.
Sometimes you gotta emote on him.
Come on, man. Let me see that again, Devin. Let me see that again. Let me see that emote real quick. Ah, there it is.
Hey, I caught you.
There you go. Send that to someone special soon. There you go. All right. We got game 3 coming up. Hey, there he is. There he is.
He caught the hedgehog.
He caught him, man. He caught him.
Man, Skyjay on Final Destination. Again, that is known as a very strong Sonic stage, but when you take the platforms out of the equation, guess what? You gotta deal with me eventually. Sonic's shaking that off. We're going to game 3, and I guess we got a lot more platforms this time.
He said, I need it back, man. I need it back. A little bit of a safe haven, if you will.
And I mean, that's one thing that these high platforms are always good for Sonic, because in a disadvantaged situation, you can always spring to these higher platforms. Can you make it back?
No. Yeah, unfortunate, man. You know, one of the downsides of Incineroar, obviously not just the speed, but sometimes that recovery when you're put in precarious situations like that, there's really nothing you can do about it. Somebody as astute and as well trained as Sonic's gonna be able to get you there.
Oh my God!
No, that's not gonna do it. Okay. But that's still scary, man. The fact that he had him at that.
Stand up.
Make you think twice.
Stand up.
Great recovery coming out, and another revenge on deck here for Skyjay. It is a multi-hit, so it's not the craziest multiplier here. Little tap, little extra damage, a little slow stuff. Oh, snap! Give me that stock!
Come on now. Put him against the ropes.
Si Skyjay le gana a Sonic, viejo.
Wow, Skyjay. I cannot believe Skyjay is keeping the stock count even, has even taken a game right now here versus Sonic.
I mean, think about it, Charles. He's been doing the impossible all weekend, right? I mean, the fact that he got past Sinji in such convincing fashion, okay? This guy doesn't know what a bad matchup is, bro. He believes he can beat anybody, and that kind of confidence can truly take you the distance. Even at 148, he's still a threat. Sonic's got to put a lot of respect on him. Goes low, able to get back safely. Oh, no! Spin on out, baby.
The darkest of lariats coming through here for Skyjay. Down tilt doesn't connect, and we've seen what all of this rage can do, really instilling the fear. And this ain't no friendly match. This is tournament. This is where the cat gets scary.
100%, bro. Ain't no time for friends in this kind of battle.
Si consigo
Even at 164, Sonic has to be so careful. He knows the kind of mayhem and damage Incineroar can cause.
Normal get up, get it covered, yeah.
Nice, you already know.
Sonic's putting that second stock to rest here. Amazing ledge trap. Backing up this time with the jump. Great stuff to cover and mitigate that Alolan Whip threat. Oh, what's up?
Love it.
Ahí está.
converting off the revenge as well, getting as much damage as possible. And remember, Sonic is a very light character, and SkyJ making very good use of that.
That's the best thing that SkyJ can
Oh
have.
my
Oh
God.
my Lord, actually dared him to pull the trigger. Sonic's playing out of his mind, so fearless at the moment. All right, he's at 105. He's at 105 though, man. Gotta be super careful here. SkyJ lurking, connects with the nair. Let's see what he got on the ledge.
Oh, wait a
wow,
minute.
nice.
Down tilt. Oh, not going to connect here. SkyJ hasn't gotten a single down.
That's it.
Ooh.
That's it.
All right, SkyJ.
He let you know, Chugga.
He let me know real quick.
You're calling for it. I'm going to
Yeah,
deliver
man.
it, okay?
All right, man.
More on time than UPS.
Oh
my goodness. Let me tell you something. Those back airs are delivered at least by Adidas. Those ain't no sketches.
Oh, he makes it back.
Oh, he's good.
No
He's good.
way.
Sonic's not ready to panic just yet.
That was an insane recovery. I can't believe SkyJ's back on stage. We got to do more than that. Only 4% on Sonics here. Waiting out the revenge. The backer getting the sour hit. Jumping to the center stage. You got to go to ledge now.
All right, SkyJ, can you make a miracle happen right now? Sonic goes for a big swing from the fair. Nobody there, though. But yes, that's Chuck. Armoring through that. The recovery. Pulling through right now. This is anybody's game, and I do mean that. I'm telling you, SkyJ gets like 3 hits. This thing's going to be evened up.
This is a good percent for SkyJ. He can't really get confirmed by these spin confirms here. But you get put really far off stage by a straight hit. Can you make it back? How does he do it?
I don't understand. This cat has got wings, and it defies the laws of nature, the laws of Smash.
Oh, do you have double jump? No, you go back to ledger. 212%.
Bro, this is insane, SkyJ.
Si consigue aquí las stop del legendario. Si consigue las stop del
He
legendario.
survives the dash tag, though. He's surviving everything.
Right now, the cat is on Mission Impossible.
Oh, my.
No.
Oh, my goodness, but
No.
there's the landing right now. The dare. Sonic shaking his head. He knows it took too long and had a little too many variables to get that game. SkyJ was looking for just one opening, one opportunity, Charles, to take that one to the moon.
If we got a revenge on a big hit, I wonder if 14% was good enough for the KO.
I've seen that. Listen, I've seen it kill Meister at like 14% before the hit.
The fullest tank of rage, and how did that hit? Hold up. Can I get the frame by frame, though?
That's got to be the wingtips. Yeah, that's got to be the wingtips.
Crazy. That is crazy. This character is broken.
Somebody explain how that hit. I don't understand. That's got to be the wingtips.
If we rewind it, the hurt box chip on the startup of down there is the reason why that pair did not connect. My God, what else does this character need? A frame 2 air dodge, the down air hurt box chip. You got it all.
Charles, there's a reason he's the hero of his saga. There's a reason he's the hero of those games. He gets shit done.
I'll say right now, Sonic is pretty pissed. He's rolling those eyes, definitely knows this should not be happening in this matchup, but right now, SkyJ is just getting the reason. He's playing the matchup so well.
I would say what Sonic is thinking is he doesn't think it should be this close. I think that's pretty clear. Yeah, he does not think it should be this close. But on the other side of that, man, I mean, SkyJ is definitely just a different breed. And he's bringing a lot of fight to the table right now. As we have entered game number 4. SkyJ gonna try and even the score up right now as Sonic's on the move, on the attack. And really maybe just powered up right now. Charles is out of sheer annoyance and frustration.
Okay, up B, not enough armor, another up B to do it. The bounce, okay, it's not gonna be enough. And finally, SkyJ is gonna be able to get back on the stage. 128 was the tax. Hold up the arrow. Oh my God, you have another spring, but he uses the homing attack.
Actual crazy off-stage shenanigans. Sonic's forcing his way back on.
And for a character with a quote-unquote bad recovery, I feel like SkyJ's gonna get back on the stage quite a bit. Oh no, full tank of rage here for SkyJ.
Oh,
and
Lord
the
have mercy,
up
bro. He is actually insane.
Did he just edge guard Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes. You see, they say this matchup is unwinnable. They say you should give up. Well, they ain't never seen SkyJ play. That's the difference maker. That's the difference maker right there.
Goes for the red bend, but still, this cat is heavy.
Come on now.
Back to the ledge here. Goes for the ledge of the bear. Barely whipping, but here in the up air. Boom, boom.
I'm on now. Racking up that damage. Nice SkyJ. Just these little tit-for-tat hits.
God. SkyJ is trying to take his soul right now.
He wants it, man. I mean, he's powered up by so much rage. Trying to keep Sonic's at disadvantage, and he's doing a hell of a job right now.
Are we going to see Game 5, SkyJ versus Sonic? All right. Hold up.
Bro is in the kitchen, chefing something up. Smelling like it could be a victory, man. This game 4 could go the way of SkyJ. Keeping his wits about him. I see mild frustration starting to build in the camp of Sonic's.
And you
gotta keep the composure in a match like this. You have to.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. If there's one character you don't want to be frustrated against, it's the big cat. Because when he hits you, it's gonna hurt.
Just what it is. And speaking of which, man, he's just finding these great hits.
These rising uppers are getting punished a lot from Sonic. Really wants to get these combos started. Instead of going for a spin move, that's it! He's up 2 stocks to 1!
And look at SkyJ, man, a little smirk on his face. He's so smart. And just knowing when to strike, when to deliver. Not getting too overzealous, not spamming it out, just picking his moments, picking those spots, and finding a lot of success in that. SkyJ, let's see. You really have to chase him out. Sonic has to come to you at this point. SkyJ said, I'm in your grill, baby. Bring it to your front door like Domino's. What's up?
Dang, and so much damage. These call-outs on the spin move. The fact that SkyJ can play around that mid-range, and the fact that Sonic has to respect Incineroar because of that, the revenge, the jab, coming through here for Sonics.
Actually insane, man. SkyJ putting on a masterclass right now. Sonic, though, really so close to getting this stock. Okay, nice bear. Can we get anything off stage? Yes, we can. Good homing attack. And that's going to put up the rest with the bear. Excellent use from Sonics.
All right, finally closing out the edge guards, right? That's going to be such a big deal here for Sonic. The combo starter, the revenge, but the down air connects. Nice and active hitbox, the falling back air. Try to catch it high, but the little bit of stall and reaction there. Sonic maybe locking in here, trying to close out the set 3-1.
Yes, he is. Trying to get there, man, picking it up. Again, one thing I think SkyJ's done in his effort, in his offense, he's left himself plenty of time to work with, so even if he has to fight from behind, there's really no threat of a timeout,
No way!
right? That's
oh my
huge.
goodness. I thought the Alolan Whip was coming. Cashes out with the revenge on the up air here. Great damage. The back air connects. The edge guard on Sonic. The hand guard. The neutral air. It's not enough. Can you make it back?
Not quite just yet. We are going to game number 5. SkyJ will not be denied.
What the fuck is going on right now? What is happening? What is happening? SkyJ is taking Sonic to game 5?
We are seeing a revolution in real time, Charles. A revolution. A mid-tier renaissance. This is the kind of shit that goes down in the history books. And unlike that Great Depression shit, I can't stop smiling.
Oh my god! Dude, he's edge-guarding Sonic! Really just taking advantage of the fact that you don't have any hitbox on the spring and the dare. Not the main spike hit, but the mix-up there. Just getting hit by that sour hit and not going for the tech there. And that's gotta piss you off even more if you don't get hit by the spike. Because you could have lived. Why didn't you tech? There's so many questions going through Sonic's head right now. And all SkyJ's thinking is, I'm gonna grab you, I'm gonna snatch you, I'm gonna read you, and I'm gonna move on to winners finals. We'll see if that's gonna happen.
Charles said you need to take a page out of Coach's Corner real quick. I'm trying to help you out real quick. I'm trying to help you. But those headphones, I gotta imagine, Charles, they're a little soundproof right now. The only thing that he can hear is the roar of Incineroar as he approaches, and maybe a little bit of the humming from the crowd as they await potentially the biggest upset of the tournament in winter semi.
If that tip of forward fast connect, that was Sonic's sauce for sure. Can we get some damage on the cat though?
This kitty looking pretty right now, Chuck, is gonna be quite, and the thing about it too is, the pressure right now is fully on Sonics. Like, it is fully on Sonics to deliver. SkyJ's playing with house money. He shouldn't be here. He shouldn't be winning this matchup. He should not be in game 5. He got nothing to lose. It's all on Sonics to come through.
And just a quick reminder, this is winner semis of the tournament. The winner of this segment, the winner's finals and fights tweet.
Come on, man. We're changing the game of it. We're changing the game right here. Solid lead right now for SkyJ, not trying to force the issue, keeping some distance between the two Sonics. Electing to slow it down a little bit, trying to pick his opening, and that's why you see how much damage he can do when he's able to get in there.
Oh, gonna go for the forward air from the sour. Neutral air here. I don't think we have a double jump, and that's going to be a wrap. Sonic finally threading the needle on these edge guards. You need to do that, or you're gonna deal with a max range cat on stage. You don't want that.
And what happened with that, Charles? It all came from what? Just being super patient. Didn't rush in. Just, again, finding his spots. And you're seeing the difference in that right now. Stadium. You know, I know this is Pokemon Stadium right now, but the Hedgehog is moving in and taking over as SkyJ starting to lose some ground and some momentum in this pivotal game 5.
The up air, it's not enough, but again, Incineroar with some of the best aerials in the game, and the stock count stays even game 5.
Much needed stock for SkyJ. Sonic still, let's see if he elects to keep the offense going and slow it down to a brawl. Oh, offense is going.
Oh, the crowd is erupting here for SkyJ. SkyJ with the tech, gets back on the stage. The sour hero back air. Now Sonics is working. Wait a minute, doesn't get snatched up. And finally, the first forward smash of this entire set connects for Sonics.
Hey, you know what? It had to come at the most opportunistic time for Sonics. He has given himself quite the lead right now, even silencing the crowd a little bit. The Let's Go SkyJ chants few and far between, as the only thing going right now is the boot up Incineroar's ass that Sonics is delivering.
Yeah, and right now, Sonic's sitting at a very comfy 32% with 2 stocks on deck, but the high cross chop going to go ahead and connect here. There's an air, there's the back air, and this might be the end of the run for the hero, SkyJ on the Incineroar.
He's trying his best, man, to get to game number 5. You want to make it count, you want to go the distance, you want to pull off one of the greatest upsets we've ever seen at the moment right now. Sonics is just so far ahead. 132, final stop for SkyJ, and perhaps the final blow, it is going to be that Sonics shaking his head, and probably what I would imagine is relief as he's able to slay the Incineroar demon, SkyJ, and book himself a ticket to winners finals.
And I'll tell you what, you've got to have a rock solid mentality to be in that position because you know that matchup very much so on your favor, and most other players might have tilted off the face of planet Earth, but Sonics locking in and getting the job done. These edge guards finally connecting and the adaptation coming through. That's why he has best of 5s, everyone.
Yeah, 100%, man. Best of 5s. I mean, and that takes nothing away from SkyJ. He was absolutely magnificent. The fact that he was able to take Sonics to game number 5 and really threaten the fact that he could upset him was tremendous. But it would not be his day. It would not be his day. So that's going to set up a crazy winners final draw between Sonics and
Yeah, and I mean, it's so crazy that we almost had SkyJ versus Tweak winners finals
It was right
of this
there.
insanely stacked tournament. Now, if you love the SkyJ gameplay, I got a treat for you. That was winner side. He's still in this bracket, and you see SkyJ can go ahead and make a crazy losers run.
we will see that indeed. But speaking of losers, we are going to transition back into losers because we got some top 6 action to bring. You know, we talked about at the top of the broadcast how LG was making up what? Half of this top 8 bracket with the players in there. So, unfortunately, some losses are going to lead to some unfortunate team kills because coming up next, we have LG Meister versus LG MK Leo.
And I gotta say, the theme of this bracket is we got the classics, man. We got the classic codes and a lot of amazing players coming through in the building and amazing characters at that as well. So we got Game & Watch. We'll see if Leo uses the Joker. We've seen historically that Leo has used a bunch of different characters versus Meister, right? I mean, Swords generally thought of to be pretty good against Game & Watch. I feel like Leo just kind of feeling the Joker, though. Feels like a solo Joker kind of top 8.
I mean, you know, I watched GOAT Talks. I know he was, it's kind of funny. You have the GOAT Talks representatives going up against each other here with Leo and Meister. But, I mean, they were talking. He's like, you know what? Rob and Joker, that's who I want to focus on going forward right now. Obviously, the Joker has been the main catalyst to a lot of the success that we've seen Leo have right here. Getting through Omega in that Joker ditto, getting through Oolong against a very talented Wii Fit. You know, finally able to get a game off Spargo as well. Falls to Tweak in a game number 4, but not without putting up a hell of a fight. So the fact that this Joker is playing so well, so polished, and so engaged is going to give Meister a hard time. But Meister, he's got to be on cloud now, right? He's had a hell of a performance himself.
Oh, he's on LG.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, true. Good one. Good catch. You look at the fact that he got like 25th or 33rd last year, and now he finds himself in losers top 6. Hell of a turnaround for him. So this is going to be a good battle.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's just so crazy to think about it. As a retired coach, I definitely like the 2-character build for most players, right? I mean, there's so many characters in Ultimate, there's so many matchups to learn, so many stages we have to play on with different variants, with the same amount of platform, but the different heights. There is so much you have to know in the heat of battle as well. It's just so hard to be this good at the game and be on that stage. I gotta shout out all the players for putting all the time they do into the game, man. It is very, very difficult, and on top of that, the mental aspect. But I'm a huge fan of just rocking with 2 characters, right? Try to simplify the game down as much as possible so you can put all your energy into the neutral, into the advanced, into all those fundamental aspects.
I'm really glad you mentioned the mental aspect too, man, because I feel like that's such a huge thing. Because one thing about a lot of these players, what is it? The key word for them, expectations. Okay, such high expectations. It's not only your sponsor, right? Your fans, yourself. You know what I'm saying? You want to show up at these events, you want to perform and have a major impact. So, hey, my hat's off to you, man. And this is the tournament to start off your 2024 path on the right foot. So kudos to everybody involved. It has been crazy, man. We are setting up down there again. It's going to be Meister and Leo, loser side, top 6. Want to give a big shout out to, obviously, you know, Max, man. I mean, Max has done,
Max, the
Max
GOAT.
and Joe have done so much to make this event just for many years such a staple event. On top of Luminosity getting involved and lending a hand as well, the production, the TOs, everybody comes through. The crowd, the performers, J's, like everybody comes through to make this event as special as it is. It's
No,
a
pues,
perfect
dos.
kickoff to a new year
No.
for Smash. I always say that, I always will. This is the spot to be.
Yeah, and if you've never came to one of these events, LMBM, just one of the fundamental grassroots events of this community. If you've never experienced a real grassroots Smash event, well, I'll tell you what, come to this one. And you also get to explore New York City. You've been going around these dollar slice stores. Sometimes we treat ourselves with the $7 slice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Now, I don't know where this dollar slice mentality came from. For God's sakes, break a 10 and get a good slice of pizza.
Come on, the dollar slice is a classic, all right? It's the classic, just like we have all these classic matchups coming through here. So we'll see if Leo goes with the Joker. I feel like you're going to go with the Joker right in this matchup. I mean, obviously, you could go Rob, but I heard Zombie say, you know, Game & Watch Rob, it's not fun. It's not a really fun matchup.
I would not, I mean, for God's sakes, we saw Zombie pull out Lucina at some point. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, okay? I believe the Joker.
Well, I want Leo to pull out Lucina, yes.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm a fan, Leo.
He is a fan, no doubt about that. I mean, Leo, a couple of different outfits go here. We know, routinely Leo does have quite the skewed victory record against Meister for sure with multiple characters. So he's probably going to feel comfortable either way it goes. Gotta imagine Joker, of course, will be the opening gambit. If things go awry between games 1 and 2, maybe the violence, maybe Age just makes it here.
No, but I
think it's going to be Joker.
And the set with Tweak versus Leo, my favorite thing about that set is that Leo stuck with Joker even after getting 3
I
stars.
thought that was the way to do it.
No, and I really, like, general rule of thumb in a tournament, if you get 3 stars, it's time to switch. Wrap it up, all right?
And then you see what happened in the following game, too, right? It was just like, okay.
Well, on the next game,
Yeah, exactly. It
if
took
I'm
me
not
to
mistaken,
task, but I'm going to go ahead and just take this information, apply it, and what did he do? He pushed the game forward. Wasn't able to close out game 4, but nonetheless, he got there. It all does add up. It all does matter. And I think I see some. I see Leo. I see Meister. All right. They are here. They are ready to go. And we just love the top 6 kick off. Chat, who do you got? Leo or Meister? Let me know.
Yeah, predictions down here for the Twitch chat. Please let us know who you think is going to take this set and the possible way these players played. And whenever I think about Leo versus Meister, I think about that one Genesis where Leo just had that crazy sequence with the up air chains and then went for like whip punish the Meister down air with the back air. And that, again, one of the many classic, amazing sets here we have in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. They also had a fantastic grand finals in Crossplay as well. There's so much history between these two players, but we must write new history coming here, coming in 2024. LMBM, losers top 6.
All right, here we go. Leo, Meister, another one of those kind of classic showdowns. Again, the record very much so skewed in the favor of MK Leo, but at any given time, man, Meister can be a threat to anybody he encounters in the bracket. Leo to be no exception to that, but the Joker looking to come through and continue basically a path of destruction that he's been on all throughout this bracket.
And I love the fact that Leo bringing in more technical things into his play. Like we said, in the set versus Tweak, the item control was a lot more on point, and Leo just improving a lot, even with things like pixel gun as well. We've seen him do it a couple of times in this bracket. So really cool to see this new Leo Joker come to fruition.
Yeah, the character, man, it's all about, I mean, you're going to bring the character back too. Got to come back with a nice little bit of a tune-up, if you will, right? So Leo really utilizing some new things in that arsenal and kick. Oh, my goodness.
And the great thing about that counter, after countering a projectile, you kind of stall a little bit, set up a falling neutral, which is so good. There's no double jump on here for Leo. Yeah, that back air is going to do it. Checkmate situation, and Meister with the perfect execution.
Yeah, brilliantly played from Meister, recognizing no jump, no chance. Find that back air, close out this stock. It was a sensational job at that, but Leo immediately striking back. And that lightweight of Game & Watch, Charles. How often do we see that betray the character, kill from center stage?
Yeah, and the thing is, it's just so hard to react to that tech, right? That falling forward, especially if Leo catches you in the air. It's very difficult. So Leo doesn't even go for the jab block, immediate forward slash. Just even kept some other options as well. Here comes the nair, but Leo backing off, not going to convert off that neutral though. A little bit of a flop.
Oh, nice. All right, easy conversions coming out from Leo. Game & Watch, nice dash attack.
Oh, more mix-up timing, yeah.
Louise, he went for, oh my God. Them wings were working overtime to come back from that, Charles.
He dipped it pretty low there.
He was
It's
dippy,
like,
man.
Just like Mice. I mean, that Arsene, not going to have a hitbox, not going to be a tether. I mean, tether's known for being some of the best options for recovery here. But you do have that height, and you're going to be able to have many timing mix-ups that back air off stage. And we've seen Leo get pretty crazy off stage. We're going to be a little bit more conservative, stay near the ledge, try to throw out that active down throw to get that juke right.
Nice, okay. Nice and smart. Utilizing the bucket right there. The answer to back air very clean.
Yeah, he's using the up air, yeah.
Yeah, Leo holding down this right side. Trying to get a setup. Might just have it right there. Yeah.
And niggas wanna play both sides. This a red dot, don't get on the wrong red eye. It's a headshot, they can't rule them guys. Fuck around and bag two of them guys. I'm OD in Paris, I'm OD in France. I thought that I told you I need the advance. Put down your IG and look through my lens. A million to grandma, who did I offend? Nigga, your dreams to me is a fan. I need it to me, they did a little dance. I'm fucking the world, I is in my pants. My Uncle G told me that I had a chance. So then I popped out and did it again. And did it again, and did it again. I cannot respect them, where did he again? Advice from the council, let nobody in. And swearing through rumors and 40 years stands. And ducking the holes, I'm ducking the loony that come with the shows. I'm great for the minutes, open the doors. Fuck on these tours, I'm coming composed. I reach to the stars on my tippy toes. It's greatest success when most niggas fold. I tell you my bad, that shit don't get old. But how could you ask? Like I don't be writing my rap. These niggas got everyone mad. You gotta relax. The city where nobody sleeps. Just type in and that's where I'm at.
I am the old member. Teaching and rolling the SIE, don't you address me unless you were full members. I thought you known better. I've been ducking the pain. I've been social gimmicks. I've been ducking the overlay activists. Yeah, I'm not a trending topic. Hold on, y'all niggas playing with me, man. I am the old mega. Teaching and rolling the SIE, don't you address me unless you were full members. Bitch, I thought you known better. I've been ducking the pandemic. I've been ducking the social gimmicks. I've been ducking the overlay activists. Yeah, I'm not a trending topic. I'm a prophet. I answer the Metatron every year. Bitch, looking for a better me. I am a legacy. I come from the 70s. Now we lost me, but to the melody. The big shot, wrist on cryotherapy. Soon as I press that button, nigga better get right like the emblem's coming. I still want the Nike big. That day free, got at least one key in the oven. I'm tripping, I'm tripping, my mental is big. Brother, pop off only on occasions, brother. Rich nigga, mama, not mental, brother. Go figure, never come cases, brother. Face it, brother. Gracious, brother. New flows come and be patient, brother. Shut my ass in, take you out of class. I can multitask like Megan, brother. 2021 ain't taking no picture. Last year, y'all hooked up on a listener. Plasma call at a visitor. Who the fuck back them? All been falsified. The facts mean it's a vaccine and the game need me to survive. The Elohim, the rebirth. Before you get to the father, you gotta holler at me first. Smoke on top 5. Motherfuck that album, fuck that single. Burn that hard drive. Ain't nobody safe. When I come, I'm killing everybody that's outside. Yeah, Kanye changed his life, but me, I'm still an old school Gemini. Let me jump in this bitch. Let me jump in this bitch. Two phones, but I only bring one in this bitch. One daughter, but they all my sons in this bitch. No phones ain't shit getting done in this bitch. I'm scary, I got a gun in this bitch. Smoking on top 5. Stop playing, I'm that guy.
Number 2, DM in my bitch. That's cool, that's why.
Yo, gun, I'ma just fuck around. So niggas ain't gon' hide. Think you that big step or fuck around, get your ankles tied. I'm hot, boy, I'm from the depths of hell where you can't survive. A cold day for like a boot oven and bacon pie. I'm in that bitch chillin' like I sing about you or mine. You got it bad, you ain't gotta call me or hit my line. It's the doc said I get tranquilized and new food. Got so much room and psilocybin. How you doing? Money hop off me when the money stop and check the ring. See the blue move like some running cops. Check the doors fly like when tummy drops. T with that west side gun, you get your mummy.
All red, then the fell specs looking like Chevy Chester. Rap from Yevon, stretch gold, fat piece low. Young potion with the AK, a shooter in the way fake. Jay got my nigga on the 20-year fake. My own dick, fuck whatever they say. I ain't called legend, master my shit effortless. Call up flow, nothing shrink, short veterans for fiends. Supreme 5X's for measurements, devilish. 1,000-round drum fun, your head spin. Exorcist, treacherous.
If I was on that, niggas get slimed out like egg yolk. I got some contacts to take your eyes out. I don't play that boy on time out. The Cartier crash, I blew the ties out. Baby, I'm out my mind.
Tal vez se streamen las finales, no seguro. Pero pues luego nos vimos.